Have you heard about the Ghost Town Sisters? If not, grab a cup of tea or top off your coffee and listen to this exciting tale. The Living Ghost Town. In May 1863, a group of prospectors were headed for the Yellowstone River when they encountered a party of Native Americans from the Crow tribe. They didn't want any trouble, but they were forced to return to Bannack. About a week later, on May 26, 1863, Bill Fairweather and Henry Edgar discovered gold near Alder Creek. The prospectors tried to keep the discovery a secret, but they were followed on their return to the gold-bearing site. With the secret out, a mining district was set up to formulate rules about individual gold claims. On June 16, 1863, a township was formed a mile south of the gold fields. The township was originally named Varina, in honor of Varina Howell Davis, the first and only First Lady of the Confederate States of America. However, a Connecticut judge, G.G. Bissell, objected to the name and recorded it as Virginia City. Virginia City quickly became a boom town, attracting thousands of prospectors and fortune seekers during the gold rush. The remote region of the Idaho Territory had no law enforcement or justice system except for miners' courts. In late 1863, with a lack of a justice system and the great wealth in the region, and insecure means of travel to boot, often led to a rise in serious criminal activity, especially robbery and murder along the trails and roads in and out of Virginia City. Road agents, as they became known, were responsible for up to 100 deaths in the region between 1863 and 1864. This resulted in the formation of the Vigilance Committee of Alder Gulch and the infamous Montana Vigilantes. The Vigilantes hanged up to 15 road agents in December 1863 and January 1864, including the alleged leader of the road agent gang, Henry Plummer, who was also the sheriff of Bannack, Montana. He played on both sides of the coin and lost. The Montana Territory was created on May 26, 1864, when Congress passed a bill signed into law by President Abraham Lincoln. The territory was carved out of the existing Idaho Territory, and its first capital was Bannack. However, the territorial legislature moved the capital to Virginia City in 1865, and it remained there until 1875, when it was moved to Helena. Thomas Dimsdale founded the Montana Post, Montana's first newspaper, in Virginia City on August 27, 1864. The territory's first public school was also established in Virginia City in March 1866. At its peak, Virginia City had a population of over 10,000 people, but now its population is around 220. The ghost town of Virginia City was brought back to life in the 1950s through tourism. Nearly half of the town's nearly 300 structures were built before 1900. These original buildings, now restored to their former glory, stand alongside modern businesses. The town received National Historic Landmark status in 1962, and many of its buildings have been added to the National Register of Historic Places. Virginia City is a popular destination for people interested in history, Western culture, and ghost hunting. You can also take a ghost tour of the town, which is said to be haunted by the ghosts of its former residents. Its nickname, the Living Ghost Town, is said to be because the residents act out historical events that happened during the times, even going as far as the attire that was worn. Boot Hill Cemetery in Virginia City is the final resting place of 5 road agents who were killed during the town's vigilante era. The cemetery is located near the town's main graveyard and is also home to the Alder Gulch Short Line Railroad, which transports passengers to the nearby ghost town of Nevada City. The Sister Ghost Town. Nevada City was settled on June 6, 1863, along with Virginia City. Miners from the Fairweather Party settled along the length of Alder Gulch and established homes and businesses. The length of the gulch was known as 14 Mile City. Nevada City was the first to incorporate as a city on February 9, 1865. It was considered as a potential territorial capital along with Bannock and Virginia City. Many of the early inhabitants moved to other sites. In 1896, the Conry Placer Mining Company was organized to dredge the gulch for the next 24 years, destroying many of Nevada City's buildings. The dredges were then disassembled, and the heavy wooden barges were left to slowly be reclaimed by nature. Nevada City is a former mining town in Madison County, Montana. It was one of the two major commercial centers in the Alder Gulch gold rush of the 1880s, along with its sister city, Virginia City. Nevada City is home to the Nevada City Music Hall, which houses North America's largest collection of automated music machines, and many of them are in excellent working condition. Visitors can enjoy listening to the music machines, which include player pianos, orchestrions, and jukeboxes. Some businesses in Nevada City are open year-round, while others are only open during the summer season. The town has been restored as an outdoor living history museum, linked by railroad to the Virginia City Historic District. The museum features numerous historic buildings, artifacts, and furnishings, giving visitors a glimpse of what life was like in the 1860s. Some other interesting facts is that on December 21st, 1863, a miners' court convicted George Ives of the murder of Nicholas, a Dutchman. He was hanged in the middle of town less than an hour later, and this was watched by nearly 2,000 residents. By the time mining in Nevada City ended in 1922, an estimated $2.5 billion worth of gold had been extracted in today's market value. Just like its sister Virginia City, located a little over a mile down the road, is a tourist destination that acts out Old West events, and for a few dollars you can go on the other side of the fence and go inside the structures, or even participate in events like Pioneer Days. You get to dress up and become part of the town and experience what life was like back then. The Gavioli organs are the most impressive instruments in the collection. They are large and ornate, with pipes that can reach up to 30 feet in length. The Wurlitzer organs are also impressive, with their distinctive sound and complex mechanisms. The Nevada City Music Hall houses the world's largest music organ, a 90-key, intricately carved Gavioli military band organ that is almost the size of a house. Built in Paris, France, around 1880, the instrument is 27 feet wide, 12 feet high, and 4 feet deep. It is one of the headliners in the music hall's collection of Nickelodeons, which were the very first jukeboxes. I do hope you enjoyed this feature. There is nothing like hearing the stories of old. The great history that happened here in Montana is truly inspiring. If you ever get a chance to visit Montana, you should check out Virginia City and Nevada City if you haven't already. Just a remarkable place. If you enjoyed the company of me telling the story of the Ghost Town Sisters, hit that like button, and if you want to hear more stories, please subscribe. And thank you for watching.